Hi there, everybody. Welcome back to 3 News Now. I'm Stephanie Haney, and today is Wednesday, May 12th. I've got your top stories from WKYC.com and our WKYC app. Thanks for choosing to be here on what a wild Wednesday that it is. All before 11 a.m. today, we learned that the U.S. House of Representatives, the Republicans, have ousted Representative Liz Cheney from leadership. We learned that the Cleveland Browns are taking on the Kansas City Chiefs for the season opener this year. Yeah, that's a two-time Super Bowl team right there. We also get a Christmas Day football game when the Browns take on the Packers. And we learned Ellen DeGeneres is stepping down from her talk show after 18 years. Plus, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame class of 2021 was announced, and that was all before 11 a.m. Let's get into the details. The House Republican Party ousted Liz Cheney today. She's been an outspoken critic of former President Donald Trump. After the vote, Cheney told reporters that she'll be doing everything she can to ensure that the former president never again gets anywhere near the Oval Office. Those are her words. Now, they met behind closed doors today for less than 20 minutes, and they used a voice vote, which is basically a secret ballot, to remove the Wyoming representative from her leadership post. Evidence that challenging Trump can be quite career-threatening. Now, a voice vote is basically where the presiding officer states the question, asks people in favor to say yay, people opposed to say nay, and then determines the vote based on their judgment of how the vote went. You don't have to record the names of the people who have voted, hence the secret ballot. Liz Cheney was Congress's highest-ranking Republican woman, and there were 212 House Republicans. Of course, there are 212 Republicans in the House of Representatives, and the sentiment was strongly for removal of Cheney. Cheney did not really go to the ends of the earth to try and rally supporters, but she did make it clear that she will be moving forward on an anti-Trump path. She said this: "We must go forward based on truth. We cannot both embrace the big lie and embrace the Constitution." Now, the reason Liz Cheney has been ousted from leadership is because she has continued to be outspoken against lies about election fraud and lies about the election being stolen. Cheney has told Republicans that she does intend to remain in Congress and she will be seeking re-election next year. She is in a solidly pro-Trump state. And the former president, Trump, has said he will find a primary challenger to oppose her. In other news, Ellen DeGeneres will end her talk show in 2022. She's in the middle of season 18, so one more season, and then she's out. Here's what she told The Hollywood Reporter. She said, "When you're a creative person, you constantly need to be challenged. And as great as this show is, and as fun as it is, it's just not a challenge anymore." Now, previous reporting says that her partner, Portia, was in favor of her leaving the show even sooner, actually, and that she believes Ellen can do other things. No mention was made from Ellen about the allegations of the toxic work environment and the investigation that happened earlier this year that led to some changes behind the scenes at the Ellen Show. Here in Cleveland today, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame announced the 13 inductees in the class of 2021. The performers are Foo Fighters, The Go-Go's, Jay-Z, Carole King, Todd Rundgren, and Tina Turner. The Ahmet Ertegun Award inductee is Clarence Avant. Musical Excellence Award inductees are LL Cool J, Billy Preston, and Randy Rhoads. And Early Influence Award inductees are Kraftwerk, Gil Scott-Heron, and Charlie Patton. For more on that, you can check out the article on WKYC.com. Exciting news for an Ohio boy from Twinsburg being featured on the Kelly Clarkson Show today. This is because he created a toy company with a very special mission. The toy company is called Our Brown Boy Joy, and the goal there is to send positive affirmations to black children. Now, Demetrius Davis, now 8 years old, when he was in second grade, he said that he noticed his skin color made him feel different from the other kids at school. Now, his parents let him know that his differences made him special, so he worked with his mom, Luciana, and he created Our Brown Boy Joy, a company that provides toys and other items for black boys to give them positive affirmations of self-love. And that'll be on the Kelly Clarkson Show today. Also today, we'll be hearing from Governor Mike DeWine at 5:30 p.m. We will have that on all of our platforms as well as on the air on Channel 3. So keep an eye out for that. Many people anticipating what he might say in this late afternoon address to the state of Ohio today. Now let's take a look at the latest COVID-19 numbers. These first global and U.S. numbers come from Johns Hopkins University. Globally, there have been a total of 159,845,155 COVID-19 cases. In the U.S., we have 20.5% of those cases, naming that total to be 32,789,989. The total number of global deaths now is at 3,321,212. We have 17.6% of the global deaths here in the U.S., with that total being 583,141. Here in Ohio, from the Ohio Department of Health, we've seen 1,449 new COVID-19 cases in the last day. We've seen 173 new hospitalizations. That number is up. 964 people are currently in the hospital being treated for COVID. That number is down. Out of those people, 287 are being treated in the intensive care unit. That number is also down. And we've seen 14 new ICU admissions in the last day. That number is up. We don't have updated vaccination numbers for you today. That number has not yet been updated today on the Ohio Department of Health website, but when we have that information, you'll be able to find it on WKYC.com. Now let's take a look forward at the 2021 football season. We now know that the Cleveland Browns will open the season against the Kansas City Chiefs, and according to the William Hill Sportsbook, they're a 6-point underdog against the Chiefs. Now the Browns have not started their season with a win since 2004. So to overcome that 17-year Week 1 drought, they will have to overcome the odds this year, and the odds are a bit stacked against the Browns. The Chiefs do have quarterback Patrick Mahomes, who was the league's MVP in 2018 and has taken the team to the Super Bowl the last 2 years. Of course, lost this year in Super Bowl 55 against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers with Tom Brady, but won the year before that at Super Bowl 54. So they'll be facing the Kansas City Chiefs at Arrowhead Stadium on the road on September 12th. That's a 4:25 game. We also learned today that the Browns are facing the Green Bay Packers on Christmas Day. That's according to Bleacher Report. That'll be at Lambeau Field in Wisconsin. Also a 4:25 p.m. game. And the NFL's full 2021 regular season schedule will be revealed later tonight, and we will definitely have that on WKYC.com as soon as that information comes out. More in the football world, Baker Mayfield, the Cleveland Browns quarterback, will be taking part in a Race for Kids event. That'll be at Cleveland Metro Park Zoo, and he's raffling off his jersey for charity. He'll be the official ambassador at the upcoming Race for Kids event. That's on June 26th, and this benefits the Boys and Girls Clubs of Northeast Ohio. So there'll be a 5K, a 1-mile fun run, and also virtual options if you're not comfortable being in person at an event like that, and it's all taking place at the Cleveland Metro Park Zoo. If you sign up, you will get a t-shirt, and anyone who signs up before May 31st will be entered into a raffle to win a signed Baker Mayfield Cleveland Browns jersey. And we continue to take a look at what the naming prospects are for our Cleveland baseball team, the Tribe. Cleveland Guardians was thought to be the trendy pick to be the team's new name, but in our recent poll, the Guardians came in a solid third with 19.8% of the vote. You know, the team actually thought it would come in a little higher. It's got its connection to the famous Guardians of Traffic sculptures, which are on the Hope Memorial Bridge. In case you don't know, a little history lesson here. The 8 Guardians have stood watch over the bridge since 1932. They bring an Art Deco feel to the city, paying homage to those days in the 30s. And many people recognize them from the opening shot for the Cleveland baseball movie Major League. So, sitting at third at 19.8%, the top vote getter, 27.7%, the Spiders. Second, 22.5%, the Rockers. For how everything else lines up, you're going to want to check out that story from our 3 News digital sports reporter, digital reporter in general, Tyler Carey. And it's Wednesday, so you know that means it's time for your weekly dose of It's All Good News, our weekly web show. And we have a very special guest this week, the one and only Al Roker, who has been highlighting Cleveland all week long on the Today Show, drops by It's All Good News to help me bring you your good news this week. We have the story of an incredibly heroic Girl Scout, also a Canton family with a big surprise, and the interesting backstory of how it came to be, and a lot of other good stuff. So make sure you check that out. It's All Good News. It's on our YouTube page. It's a YouTube WKYC exclusive. That's it for your top stories from WKYC.com and our WKYC app in your 3 News Now update for Wednesday, May 12th. I'll see you next up on What's New with your trending stories in the Clicking in Cleveland segment, and I'll see you back here tomorrow for more 3 News Now. I'm Stephanie Haney.